What's up, everybody? Ninth Jim here, back with another VGC 2020 Pokemon Sword and Shield competitive video. Today we are talking about Liepard, and we have single spotlight as well, just so you know. We have Liepard today. We're talking about Liepard. It got its hidden ability Prankster when Pokemon Home came out, and if you don't know what Prankster does, it's really good. It gives you a +1 priority in all of your status category moves, things like the Fake Tears, Thunder Wave, potentially Charm, Yawn, Encore, Taunt, Trick. A lot of really good moves. You just have priority, which is really good. Prankster is one of my favorite abilities, and I almost always just love Prankster Pokemon. Liepard is really awesome. I love Whimsicott. Prankster, Sableye was one of my favorite Pokemon ever, and Grimmsnarl. Like, essentially, Prankster just makes any Pokemon like solid. Prankster is really good, is what I'm saying, and I like Prankster a lot. I think it's really powerful, and yeah, I'm excited that Liepard gets it. Liepard, I don't know which one it is. Say it if you know it in the comments. Say which one it is, or which one you think it is. I don't know. Anyway, so this Pokemon is Mono Dark type, which is pretty solid, you know, giving us an immunity to Psychic, only 2 resistances, but only 3 weaknesses as well. So it's pretty solid all around typing. Weaknesses to Fighting, Bug, and Fairy, and resistances to Ghost and Dark. This is not too bad in general. This Pokemon is actually really solid. It is really frail, so I actually skipped damage calcs today. It's pretty much everything just like 2-shots you because of Focus Sash. Everything will either 1-shot you or 2-shot you, and everything that 1-shots you just 2-shots you because we're using Focus Sash. So yeah, I skipped damage calcs because we don't really have any attacks. We have Copycat and Fake Out, and Copycat is really weird, and you never really know exactly, like, you don't have any mindset going into certain attacks with Copycat. You kind of just use Copycat like correctly. I don't know. It's kind of weird to explain how to use Copycat. It's a really weird attack. We'll talk about it a little bit more in a bit, but for now, let's talk about our stats. So HP at 64 is really low. 50 defense and 50 special defense is also really low. This Pokemon just is not frail, or is very frail. So we're just Focus Sashing so that we can live like 2 attacks. My mouth is really dry. Drink water, everybody. Water's good for you. Anyway, into the rest of the stats. Attack and special attack at 88. That's like fine. It's not really great, but it's fine. And you could use like Nasty Plot on this Pokemon or something like that, and like to kind of supplement it more. But we just have it at it's like nothing. It's just 88. It's fine. And then for speed, we have 106, which is pretty fast, but still gets outsped by a lot of things. But I think it's like notably fast. You know, speed at 106 is pretty solid. And then, so yeah, like pretty bad stats across the board, to be honest. Like pretty mediocre attack and special attack, and then pretty decent speed, but that's really it. Like just pretty good speed. And actually, it's very fast. Like, don't get me wrong, it's very fast. It outspeeds a lot of like slow guys and all mid-speed Pokemon, or like all slow guys. But if you set Trick Room, you still like outspeed everything because of Fake Tears and Thunder Waves being priority. So like, yeah. Also, is Copycat priority? I think Copycat is priority because it's I don't think it's status category, but it's like non-damaging. If you know that for a fact, tell me in the comments actually, because that's important. So I feel like I think it's priority. That's really good if it's priority. That makes this Pokemon a lot better. Copycat. You just use a last used move, which is the last used move. It's pretty cool. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into the build, the actual build itself. So, ability Prankster, of course, I already talked about that. It's amazing. Item Focus Sash, of course, I already talked about that. It's amazing. You are not as frail. You're not 1-shotted by everything. Now you're 2-shotted by everything, so it's a little better. And like weather, you know, kills you, and like multi-targeting attacks. Like if your opponent leads like Togekiss something, and they attack with their something, and then Togekiss Dazzling Gleam, then your Liepard's dead, and that sucks. But it just sucks. Like, it's not like the end of the game, you know, when your guy dies turn 1. A lot of the times getting a Fake Tears off or a Thunder Wave or something can actually be enough to like swing the game in your favor. Also, we have Fake Out to like stop like Whimsicott and stuff like that. Anyway, into the actual moves itself. So Fake Out is really good. I like Fake Out a lot. Just being able to stop something, a Prankster user potentially, like Grimmsnarl or Whimsicott, or even Liepard matchup. A lot of things. You can Fake Out a lot of things, and then you can switch this Pokemon out and then come back in later in the game with a Fake Out, which is really good as well. And then we also have Copycat, which is good. I like Copycat. It uses the last used move, which is really good. So if you're up against like somebody like say they have like Togekiss and Duraludon out on the field or something, then like Duraludon will probably go first before the Togekiss, and then if your partner Pokemon is fast, then you use whatever the Togekiss used, which is really good. Like sending out like a Dazzling Gleam or potentially like yawning something can be really good. It's also notable that we use whatever the move is that they use. If it's a Max Pokemon, we use whatever real move they used. So if they use like Max Guard, but that Max Guard was actually Yawn, or the Max Guard was Follow Me, then you're just like, okay, boom, you're good. It's awesome. You get to use Follow Me or Yawn or something if they Max Guard. Or if they like Max Airstream, you use Air Slash, which is really cool. It could like potentially flinch Pokemon. So it's really cool. Copycat's really interesting, but if you want to take this Pokemon to a big event or something, I would definitely suggest playing it a lot so you know how to use Copycat correctly, because Copycat can be like really, really powerful, but it can also just like do nothing a lot of the time. So it's important to know what you're doing with the Pokemon. And then Fake Tears and Thunder Wave are our prankster moves that I picked. They're just really, really good. Fake Tears makes you just like kill everything with like things like Togekiss and Teleon, Duraludon, and then Thunder Wave is just really, really powerful. Just having speed and also giving them the chance to full para is really, really good. Thunder Wave is insane, actually. I really, really like it. Into the rest of our moves that we could use. So we also have Foul Play, which is good. It gets rid of like huge, like towering threats. Things like it uses their attack, so you can kill things like Mudsdale, that's like stamina, or not stamina, Untempo Swaggered, and then like Belly Drum Pokemon, and Weakness Policy Pokemon, Max Knuckled Pokemon. You can just like kill off a lot of like big threats with Foul Play, which is really good. So that's an option as well. Then we also have Snarl, which is really good, lowering the special attack of both opposing Pokemon. Snarl's insane, but I like Snarl a lot more on Pokemon that are gonna last a little bit longer. Things like the Arcanine, Umbreon, Pokemon like that really like Snarl. When Liepard is kind of just like, yeah, I'm gonna die immediately. So Snarl's like good, but it doesn't put in enough work, in my opinion, for it to be amazing on Liepard. And then we have Charm. Charm is really good. It lowers the attack of the target by 2 stages. This is really, really powerful, actually. Hitting things like Tyranitar, that's going to Weakness Policy. Hitting things like Excadrill, just making Pokemon useless, essentially. Especially on Dynamax Pokemon, Charm is really, really powerful. And I definitely would suggest considering Charm to be on your final set for this Pokemon. And then we also have Yawn. Yawn is just really good, making things sleep. Really good against Dynamax Pokemon. Then we have Encore, really good against setup Pokemon that are like Nasty Plot, like a Rotom Nasty Plotting, and you Encore it, it's a useless Pokemon then, which is really, really good. And then we have Sunny Day. It also gets Rain, what's that? Rain Dance? Why couldn't I think of that? Sunny Day and Rain Dance, which is actually really strong. So you can use, like we've seen like Whimsicott Sunny Day in the past, like in Sword and Shield, and I think that's like a realistic thing that you can use with Liepard as well. And then we also have Taunt and Trick. Taunt is really good because you can just stop things like Whimsicott from setting up, hit things like Trick Room users. It's really good. Taunt's just really good in general. And then we have Trick. If you don't go Focus Sash, you can use Trick like on a choice item or something, and then like pretty much just make a mon useless. Or you can even Trick Eject Button, but then you are super, super frail. Then you don't have Focus Sash as a buffer. So Trick's a maybe. One reason I think this Pokemon's kind of falling out in usage, or like not really falling out, is kind of just not being used in general, is because of Togekiss. Togekiss is really good against this mon. Being able to like throw out that Dazzling Gleam and kill it turn 1, and then also just like Follow Me, making your like Thunder Wave not be able to hit the real target that you want, and same with Fake Tears. But you can like Fake Tears into that and then use something like Duraludon to Flash Cannon and then kill it, which is really good. Like Fake Tears, Flash Cannon usually will kill through Babbery. Not every time, or not Flash Cannon, Max Steel Spike will usually kill through Babbery, which is really good. And you'll be able to attack before it. So if it uses Follow Me, then yeah. But if it doesn't use Follow Me, then Dazzling Gleam won't kill you that turn, so you'll be able to live a second turn. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Fake Tears, like Liepard, is actually really real. Fake Tears and Thunder Waves, Liepard, and Fake Out, and Copycat. Like, it's a really good set. Onto our actual investments here. So we just invested 252 into attack and 252 into speed. This is the most used on Pikalytics. However, I also just think it's pretty optimal. Going into HP doesn't really matter. You're going to still get 2-shotted or 1-shotted by everything, but 1-shot equals 2-shot with Focus Sash. So you're still just going to die to everything, even if you invest in HP and like bulk. But I think you should always invest into speed as well. Getting us up to 173 is really good. Being able to outspeed all of our like slower boys is relevant for the copycat and maybe copycat and fake out. If it's not for copycat, we could maybe just invest into HP in like special defense or HP in defense. So I mean, if copycat is speed priority with prankster, let me know. I feel like it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So like maybe the investment will change, but I'm not sure. This is just the most used on Picolix, so like I was saying. So yeah, we just went with it. And for our synergies, so we have Togekiss as our one of our synergies. We can fake tiers and then max airstream, and that's a really good setup. And then we also have fake tiers for Inteleon and Duraludon, also speed control with Thunder Wave. This is really good. So all three of those Pokemon are really good leads with Liepard. And then we also have Mimikyu and Reuniclus here. This is mostly based off of Wolf's team that he got second with. He used Liepard and then 3 Trick Room setters. He I don't know if they all had Trick Room, but they're all like Pokemon that can commonly have Trick Room. Things like he used Mimikyu, Reuniclus, and Dusclops. I know for a fact Dusclops was used as a Trick Room setter, but I don't know about the other two. All we saw with Reuniclus was it just maxed and like use a really strong max attack. And I didn't watch his Swiss rounds, so I don't know if his Swiss rounds he like revealed Trick Room on all the Pokemon. If you watch it, Wolf, tell me. But he's not gonna watch this video. But if he does, tell me. Anyway, or if you know, if anybody knows, comment down below like what all sets that were used on the commonly Trick Room Pokemon. Yeah, tell me. But if you don't know, then you don't know. It's fine. So yeah, that's all for our synergies and stuff, and all for this slide. Like I said, we don't have damage calcs, so that's why I talked a little bit more about this Pokemon on the first slide, just so I can fill up the video like to its usual like 15-20 minutes. Probably just 15. I'd rather it just be like 15 minutes. I'm trying to shorten my videos a little bit, but I talk a lot. Anyway, onto our speed tier. So here we are at 173 Liepard with positive 252. I know I keep saying Liepard or Liepard. I'm changing it every time because I don't know which is the right pronunciation. So yeah. Anyway, so Liepard here at 173. It's pretty solid. We outspeed a lot of things. Meowstic, which is another prankster user, so we'll outspeed its status priority +1, which is really good. And then we also outspeed Charizard, Mimikyu, and Arcanine, which are really good always. So all of those Pokemon will always be outspeeding, which is really strong because that's all their max speed. I mean, unless they have Scarf, but I don't foresee a Scarf Charizard or Scarf Mimikyu or a Scarf Arcanine ever. So yeah, probably just like outspeed them every time. And then things that do outspeed us is Durant, which is pretty annoying because Durant does a lot of damage, but we can like we can priority Thunder Wave it, and then we outspeed it like following turns, and if we hit full power, we can just like deal with Durant like immediately, which is good. But I mean, that's like a 25% chance, so like not something you want to like rely on. Then other things that outspeed us is Whimsicott. This one's pretty annoying. That means its priority is going to activate before us, so if it has Taunt, well, we're Dark, so it can't taunt us, but like if it has like fake no, it's not gonna be like dealing anything to the Liepard, but it will be able to outspeed like all your other guys. And if you use Taunt on Liepard, like they'll get an attack off before you do, which is pretty annoying. And other things is Tyranitar, Scarf. You don't see that frequently, but when you do, like it's gonna outspeed us. And then Inteleon at 189 is always gonna be outspeeding us as well. So all these Pokemon are gonna outspeed us, but like I mean, we have priority. Almost all of our set is priority. And if Copycat is priority, then our entire set is priority. So we should probably go in for like different calcs on EVs. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make another video about Liepard one day. But for now, this is it. So and then for our last one, we have single spotlight. Like I said, I'm skipping damage calcs this time because everything just 2-shots us or 1-shots us. And if it's 1-shot, then it 2-shots us essentially with Focus Sash. So anyway, for our single spotlight, it's a pretty weird build, but it's also a pretty basic build. It's just Nasty Plot, Prankster. So you Prankster, Nasty Plot, you get in a good position to Nasty Plot, and then you just go on with Dark Pulse and Copycat potentially as well. Dark Pulse just dealing out a lot of damage after Nasty Plot plus Black Glasses. Black Glasses gives you a 1.2 times damage multiplier on your damage of dark attacks. So Dark Pulse gives you a 1.2 times multiplier, plus Nasty Plot giving you a 2 times multiplier, and we end up just doing a lot of damage off with Dark Plot or Dark Pulse, which is good. And then same with Copycat. And then Encore we have just to stop like setup mons, things like hazard setters, rapid spinners, like a lot of just setup Pokemon in general. We can just Encore and like make them do that forever, and it's pretty useless. And then we just have special attack and speed maxed out here, just so we can do the most damage as fast as possible. That's pretty much it for this this Pokemon in single spotlight, and as well as VGC in general. This Pokemon is definitely has promise in VGC. In singles, maybe not so much. Maybe it's usable in singles. I don't know. If you like this Pokemon in singles, let me know, and tell me your set. Sure. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Liepard is pretty cool. I like him a lot. It's pretty sweet. Has Prankster, which I love. A really good moveset for Prankster, which is awesome. It just got second at a big regional with Wolf piloting it, so it has promise, obviously, if it's, you know, being used by a very high tier player at a very high tier event. So of course it's going to be a good Pokemon. Of course. Anyway, I like this Pokemon. If you like it, like and subscribe. If you don't like it, like and subscribe. Whatever. Either way, do it up. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. It means so much to me. We're cruising. We're climbing the YouTube ladder. We're just climbing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching. That's going to be it. Goodbye.